So now moving on to our entertainment report of the day, popular director William Hurst, who's actually a good friend of mine and of the show, his new film titled Lenses was released this Friday, and the response has been unlike any other movie from this year. It has already made over $40 million at the box office, and I believe it's safe to assume that there will be much more where that came from. I actually met with William yesterday morning in his New York home to interview him about the success of his brand new movie, and you will see that now in an exclusive clip from yours truly. Take a look. So William, first of all, thank you very much for inviting us here. It's a privilege to be sat in your home. Your new film, Lenses, of course, has already grossed triple its original budget in its first weekend. What has your response been? Are you surprised, or were you kind of expecting it?
Well, I was obviously hoping to do well financially, and I usually go for the more smaller budgeted projects, so I was thrilled when it had done so well.
And to go off of that, what do you think put people in the seats in the theater? Because this definitely made a good amount by solely who was attached to the project.
Yeah, the cast did help a lot, especially Catherine Atkins, who is somehow not an A-lister yet. I mean, she's been in so many great productions, and yet somehow people don't really know her yet.
Yes, and speaking of Miss Atkins, she is fantastic in this, and she is really, along with all the others of course, but she is truly your star in this film.
Yeah, she definitely is. I mean, she's such an underused talent, and I was grateful for her to sign on to the project so quickly. Like you said, she's kind of the glue that holds this thing together. She's just amazing.
Yes, and Jonathan Thompson is great as well, and even a lot of your supporting cast members steal the show at certain moments because they are actors who could really hold their own in a movie that stars them as the lead role. So it makes it even more amazing that they would take the time to have a smaller part in this film.
Yeah, everyone was obviously amazing. I mean, I wouldn't put them in my movie if they didn't do the job justice, but as I assumed from the beginning, every cast member did their part very well. But like I began to mention, Catherine being the lead was where most of my attention was focused.
Yes, and going back to her, if you may, please describe her role to our audience watching, because just in case they don't know the plot of this film, I'm sure they would like to hear it from you directly.
Well, I do like to keep things like this a surprise. That's why the marketing was so vague, but basically Catherine plays a character in the 1950s who is assaulted by a very powerful business magnate, and essentially the film follows her. Essentially, the film follows her dilemma on whether she decides to spill the beans on what happened, or does she take it on the chin and keep her mouth shut.
Yes, it is quite powerful. The story of Catherine's character is riveting.
Oh yeah, absolutely devastating.
And how was it working with Catherine, I mean?
Oh, it was about the most stress-free set I've ever been a part of. I would often call her to the back room to go over her lines and who her character would be and stuff like that. She was just a joy to work with, and I look forward to doing it with her again in the future.
Yes, well, she is definitely a talent to be desired by every filmmaker working today, and she is, to my understanding, back home now.
Yeah, I actually drove her personally to her home in Massachusetts.
Did you really? That's a 5-hour ride from here.
Yeah, it was a limo who was supposed to bring her home, but I went, nope, I'll do it.
Wow, incredible. That's very kind of you to have done that, you know.
Well, I thought I'd return the favor to her.
Well, William, it was a pleasure as always.
Likewise, thank you.
So once again, a huge thank you to Mr. Hurst for letting me conduct that interview. He has been more than friendly to this network, and for that we are very grateful. Anyways, if you haven't seen it, be sure to check out Lenses, only in theaters. And as for William Hurst, he's a great director, but an even greater man.